When Emily first stepped off the dusty bus into the small town of San Isidro, she immediately felt like she had made a mistake. The bus driver shouted something she didn't understand. Chickens scattered across the road like they owned it, and 3 different people stared at her as if she had just arrived from another planet, which, to be fair, as a blonde American woman with a sunburned nose and a backpack bigger than her torso, she probably had. She checked her phone. No signal. Great. In the US, a town this quiet would feel abandoned. In San Isidro, it felt watched not in a creepy way. More like the entire town had silently agreed to observe her arrival as a group activity. A woman watering plants across the street paused mid-splash. A man fixing a motorcycle wiped his hands and squinted. 2 kids stopped playing and whispered loudly while pointing. Emily swallowed. Okay, she muttered to herself. Smile, don't panic. Pretend this is normal. Before she could take 5 steps, a voice called out, Miss, you look lost. An older woman, short, round, smiling like she had known Emily her whole life, walked toward her. She wore slippers, a floral dress, and confidence. Yes, Emily said honestly. Very lost. The woman laughed as if Emily had just told the funniest joke in the world. It's okay. You're here now. That sentence confused Emily deeply. You must be hungry, the woman added. Come, eat first. Then we think. Eat first, then we think. In America, Emily thought, it's think first, Google everything, then maybe eat later if there's time. But here, logic apparently started with food. Before Emily could protest, the woman grabbed her arm, not roughly, just firmly, like a grandmother rescuing a grandchild, and guided her toward a small house painted green. This is my house, the woman said proudly. I'm ailing Rosa. Emily opened her mouth to explain she had a hostel reservation, somewhere theoretically, but it was too late. She was already seated at a small table with a plate of rice, fried fish, and vegetables she didn't recognize but smelled amazing. Eat, ailing Rosa said. You look thin. Emily had heard this before. In the Philippines, you look thin didn't mean you were fit. It meant you were one missed meal away from concern. As Emily ate, neighbors appeared. Not visitors. Appeared. A man leaned through the open window. Foreigner? Yes, Emily said. American? Yes. Ah, he nodded, satisfied, as if completing a checklist. Welcome. Another woman walked in without knocking. Oh, she's pretty, she announced. Too thin, Emily laughed, unsure if she was allowed to. Within 10 minutes, Emily learned more about the town than she ever had in any travel guide. There were only 2 main streets. Everyone knew everyone. The mayor was someone's cousin. The barangay captain played basketball every Sunday. The town fiesta was next month, and everyone was already saving money. And where will you stay? Ailing Rosa asked. Emily hesitated. I don't really know. My phone. No problem, Ailing Rosa said instantly. You stay here. Emily almost choked on her rice. Oh no, I can't. Yes, you can, Ailing Rosa said, smiling sweetly but leaving 0 room for argument. This was Emily's first lesson. In small towns in the Philippines, hospitality is not optional. It's enforced. That night, Emily lay on a thin mattress under a fan that squeaked with every rotation. She expected to feel uncomfortable. Instead, she felt safe. She had arrived as a stranger. She went to sleep as someone's responsibility. The next morning, Emily woke up to voices. Not loud voices, familiar voices. Is she awake? She must be hungry. Make coffee. Emily sat up, confused. In America, waking up in someone else's house would be awkward. Here, it felt like she had lived there forever. At breakfast, Ailing Rosa explained the town's unspoken rules. You don't walk alone at night. Not because it's dangerous, but because someone will worry. Emily smiled. That's sweet. You don't eat alone if someone sees you, Ailing Rosa continued. They will join you, and if I want to be alone? Emily asked. Aling Rosa laughed. Why? Emily didn't know how to answer that. As the days passed, Emily noticed something strange. People remembered everything about her. Her name, where she was from, that she didn't like spicy food, that she preferred coffee over instant mix, that she once mentioned missing her family. In big cities, Emily could disappear. Here, she couldn't even sneeze without someone noticing. At first, it felt invasive. Then it felt comforting. She walked through town and people waved. Vendors refused her money. Kids practiced their English on her. Tricycle drivers waited for her even when she didn't ask. One afternoon, Emily tripped on an uneven road and scraped her knee. By the time she stood up, 3 people had appeared with tissue, water, and advice. You okay? Careful next time. You should wear different shoes. Emily laughed through the embarrassment. In America, someone might film it. Here, they fixed it. She asked Aling Rosa about it one evening. Why does everyone care so much? Aling Rosa shrugged. Because you're here. That was it. No deeper explanation, no philosophy. You exist here, therefore you matter. Emily began to understand why small towns felt like one big family. It wasn't because everyone was related by blood. It was because survival had taught them to depend on each other. If someone got sick, neighbors helped. If someone had no money, food appeared. If someone succeeded, the whole town celebrated. In cities, independence was praised. Here, connection was survival. Emily witnessed it firsthand when a storm hit. Heavy rain flooded parts of the town. Water rose quickly, but panic didn't. People moved calmly, helping each other lift furniture, redirect water, share supplies. No one asked, "What's in it for me?" They asked, "Are you okay?" Emily helped where she could, passing buckets, holding doors, feeling strangely useful. That night, the town gathered in one house with the strongest roof. Candles were lit. Someone cooked soup. Emily sat among them, soaked and tired, and realized something surprising. She wasn't scared. In a foreign country, in a small town, during a storm, she felt safer than she ever had in her own city apartment. The next day, the sun came out. So did everyone else. Cleanup happened without instruction. Laughter returned quickly. Someone joked about the storm like it was a minor inconvenience. Emily asked a young man named Carlo, "Doesn't it get tiring?" "Always helping?" Carlo looked confused. "Helping who?" "Everyone." He thought for a moment. It's just normal. That word again. Normal. Emily started writing notes for her blog. She wanted to explain this feeling to people back home. But how do you explain a place where neighbors are family and privacy is optional? She tried writing, "In small towns in the Philippines, you don't belong to yourself. You belong to the community." That sounded dramatic, but it was true. Her time in San Isidro stretched from days into weeks. She planned to leave, but every time she mentioned it, someone frowned. "Already? You just arrived. But it's been 3 weeks, Emily said. Aling Rosa waved her hand. "That's nothing." When Emily finally did leave, the entire town knew. They gathered at the bus stop. Someone brought food. Someone hugged her like relative. Someone slipped a small woven bracelet onto her wrist. "So you remember us," they said. Emily cried on the bus. She wasn't embarrassed. She knew they'd understand. As the town disappeared behind her, Emily realized something had changed. Back home, she used to believe independence meant strength. Now she understood that interdependence was a different kind of strength, one built on trust, patience, and shared life. Small towns in the Philippines felt like one big family, not because they were perfect, but because they chose to show up for each other every single day. They argued. They gossiped. They annoyed each other, just like families do. But when it mattered, they were there. And Emily knew that wherever she traveled next, she would always measure places by one simple question. If I fell here, who would help me up? Because in San Isidro, the answer was always everyone.